3, 2, 1, go!
And on the Red Alliance, we see both 1671 and Pulse Ultra depositing the game pieces that they started with, and Buchanan and Birdbrains remains in place in the upper row. Blue Alliance, meanwhile, Highlander dropping a cone, a cube, and making it onto the charging station in the nick of time, and then again just about level at the end of Autonomous. And that is enough for the Blue Alliance to start tally up with a 13-point lead, and they're quickly looking to add to it. Highlander Robotics already racing back with an additional cube, placing it all the way up in the upper row and on their way back for more. There are still a few cubes available out on the field without having to go to a loading zone, but they are disappearing quickly. And back on red, we see Birdbrains placing a cone on the upper row and completing the first link for the Red Alliance. And on blue, meanwhile, as Highlander and Breakerbots and Coconuts, in fact, all three robots are quickly filling out their grid. We also see those Blue Alliance's human players tossing as many cones and cubes as they're able to, sitting there in that loading zone in the blue community, waiting for their robots to come over and pick them up. And with 80 seconds to go, Blue Alliance is hanging on to their lead, 31 points separating them right now. And despite facing a little bit of defense, some hard hits at midfield, they're continuing to work on that score. On red, however, Buchanan and Birdbrains almost getting hung up on a cube, but keeping their footing and working on that game piece scoring for red. And as they deposit one more in the bottom row, their alliance partners, 66-65, working on a little bit of game piece scoring themselves and perhaps getting ready, eyeing the charging station in preparation for endgame. Blue Alliance, however, has kept up that incredible pace of scoring with all of their robots contributing to all three rows. And with just over 30 seconds left to go, Blue Alliance has already reached 100 points, and they are not done just yet. Highlander Robotics up and over the charging station for blue. Looks like they have a cone on board, and they place it in the upper row, filling up the upper row for the Blue Alliance. And it looks like both the upper and bottom rows are entirely filled for blue. And we see Coconuts and Breakerbots up onto the charging station, and as it stands, they are engaged. On blue, 66-65 has been sitting on the charging station. Their alliance partners, Buchanan and Birdbrains, try to join them, but it looks like 66-65 not quite able to stay in place. That match by a score of 140-70. Blue Alliance coming away with all 4 possible ranking points.